Hey guys, Travis here on week 4 of the LCS, joined by Dyrus of TSM. Dyrus, you're now 2-0 for today. Tell me about that last game.
I farmed, we team fought, and I got all the kills. Actually, no, wait. I got Jace champion select. That was the game. And we got Karthus, so yeah.
So I know that you guys have had issues with winning with Jace before, though he was very good. So why were you able to win this time?
When I got camped a lot, or if there was like unfavorable matchups, like if I couldn't split push against Zed or Malphite, and the team just crumbles, there's very little room for me to do stuff. Also, back then, it only looked like I was okay at Jace, but back then no one really knew how to play Jace. So once the tier came out and the itemizations came out and a bunch of people were playing him, I started to see the light of why he's so strong and why he's permabanned. Even though there are ways to shut him down, there are too much resources you have to use to shut him down, and it's very difficult to win a game like that.
So we should say you played against Coast. What did you think of like your matchup in that game? Like, is it super favorable, or did that play into it at all, or what overall was that for you?
I was really worried that they're going to camp me really hard. They're going to pick like Rengar. I know for a fact he would have picked Rengar. Rengar actually beats Kennen, Elise, and Jace because of the range, and there's no such thing as gap closer for Rengar because of top rush. And then I was quite surprised that they gave us what we wanted. We got almost everything we wanted, and it's weird. Like, people usually don't give us those champs. So when I play a champ over and over, I get scared because I think they have some super played out plan where like they can play like Lux against Karthus or like Malphite or some assassin top against Jace, and then they're just going to send their jungler top. But against Coast in the past, they've always camped the bottom lane, and COG used to always camp the bottom lane. So right now it seems that everyone's just camping the bottom lane. It's weird because I get super paranoid. And in that last game, I actually bought 2 wards, and I actually showed where Jarvan was, which actually gave my team a lot of room. So my instincts as a top laner or mid laner has been kicking in, and I'm finally just listening into it and doing my job.
So you guys went 0-3 last week. Now you went 2-0. So what happened over this week? And just actually less than a week because it was Sunday to now Thursday. What did you guys manage to do in order to swing it back into your guys a winning position?
When we played at MLG Anaheim, we were all over the place. We did the same level 1 for 9 games. We picked aimlessly. We picked kind of into comps, but not really comps. And our communication team morale was basically 0 or even lower. And the crowd did not help that at all because we lost every single game. And we play very emotionally sometimes, and for us to get to the next level, we need to keep our morale up and play by calculating stuff, and that'll be the next thing to do.
You were in the room earlier whenever Oddone was telling me about these Ezreal 1v1s. Is that just sort of a fun thing that you guys are doing? Who tends to win those?
Reggie is usually on top. Reggie and Turtle like to 1v1 all the time, and then they're like, let's have a 1v1 tournament. Whoever loses takes out the trash, and then we get to make fun of your mechanics. So they 1v1, and in the second game, Oddone beat him, and technically that should never happen. Even at 100 times, Turtle should be winning. So Reggie told Oddone to post on Twitter, oh, everyone thinks my mechanics suck, but Turtle doesn't seem to think so anymore. Same thing for Expo, so it's really funny. I really hate Ezreal, so I lost to Expo, who Oddone beat Expo, but then I beat Oddone, so it was okay. So I'm tied in last. So it's just for whoever takes out the trash and, to get our mechanics better. Because one of the problems was against Curse, we actually lost the game because of lack of mechanics, where if Oddone played AD before, he would know how to stop Draven from going back to base instead of just trying to go all in. He would know if he could kill him or not. And that actually decided that curse game. Although there are other things that threw the game, so I'm not putting all the blame on him, but that's just one of the things.
So we were discussing before this, obviously you guys aren't going to be going to Anime Expo, you're going to be sort of training instead. Is that sort of like almost like a punishment for you guys, or how does that play out?
It really depends on the person. Like, for me, I really, really wanted to go, and there's some fans that wanted me to go too. And I actually had some childhood friends who are going, and I had some other people I knew from the past that are going. And it's not only because of that, but since I used to live in Hawaii and I was in high school, going to Anime Expo was just like a far distant dream. But now it's just like right there. And he told us before MLG that if we did well, we could go to Anime Expo. So when I played normally for the first 2 games, I tried super hard to try and carry. And when I try to carry and go out of my way, I end up falling flat on my face because it's out of my play style. And at Worlds, I did the exact same mistake. And it finally popped up again. So it's something that I've learned the hard way, and I'll probably won't make the same mistakes again. But I'm really hoping I get to go next year.
So it's also the 4th of July, Independence Day. Do you feel very American today? You won your games. Does it feel like a victory for America?
Yes, Travis. It's all for America, just like All Stars. Even though all the people I'm beating are American, except there's some Canadians on these teams. But yes, it is a victory for America in my heart.
You gonna do anything for 4th of July?
Play video games.
So do you have any shout-outs, plugs, anything you want to say at the end of this interview?
Yes, I'd like to give out a shout out to Astro, Asus, Snapdragon processor, the Qualcomm, Corsair, Kingston HyperX, Gunner, and Origin PC.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for the interview. Congratulations on your 2-0. Sorry, hopefully you can make it to Anime Expo next year. And also happy 4th of July to you, Dyrus, one of the most patriotic people I've ever met. You can check out the rest of our coverage at gamespot.com/LCS.